My headphones affect the education of Karen's poor baby. Background. All of this happened about a year ago at a cleaning job that I had to pay my way through university. I was registered with a cleaning agency who would send me to various different places to clean, one of which was a very expensive and pretentious private school for kids under 11. Seriously, this place was like Hogwarts, and I went there about once a fortnight. Also relevant is that I have autism, which means I often struggle with loud and high-pitched noises, which makes working in a school full of screaming kids quite hard. I worked out a deal with my boss at the school, whereby when the kids were out in the playground being super loud, I would clean places that were off limits to them and wear headphones. When they were into lessons and were quiet, I would do the public spaces. And this all worked out fine. Anyway, on to the story. Our cast are me, entitled mother, self-explanatory, and B, my boss. So, it's morning, and all the kids are arriving at school, loud as hell. So I start my day cleaning the teacher's break room. I'm wearing my headphones, I'm jamming out, all is well. Then, entitled mother bursts through the door, clearly having just dropped off her precious angel. I take out my headphones and see what she wants.
Oh, I must have the wrong room. I wanted to use the bathroom.
No worries. The bathroom's the next door on the right.
Were you wearing headphones?
Yeah?
That is completely unacceptable. I pay over 10 grand a year for the staff at my baby's school to be wearing headphones at work.
Well,
What an awful example to be setting to children, that you can listen to music in the workplace. The teachers take my baby's phone away at the start of the day, and you can just wander around with yours.
in all fairness, ma'am, the children aren't allowed in this room, and when I'm in spaces where they are allowed, I don't have my phone or headphones on me.
You're being totally unprofessional. It's an attitude like that which means that you're a cleaner, and my child will achieve real success in his life.
I'm actually doing this job to pay for my degree.
If that were true, then you'd be smart enough to know that you don't talk back to the people that pay your wages. Your boss will be hearing about this.
She storms out, and about 10 minutes later, she comes back with my boss. I'm feeling stressed out and on the verge of tears. Another side effect of my autism is that confrontation, conflict, or being yelled at stresses me out beyond belief. I'm seriously relieved to see my boss, and I can't wait to see the look on the entitled mother's face when my boss tells her that me wearing headphones is okay. Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
See? Completely unprofessional.
Boss says, "I'm very sorry, Mrs. Entitled Mother's surname. This is unacceptable. My name? Will you please apologize and remove your headphones?" But I've been working here for months and I've always worn headphones. You told me it was okay." "It is not okay, and we cannot accept your working in this school if you do not comply with our codes of conduct." But you said..." "Honestly, Mrs. Entitled Mother, I did not and would not condone such a thing." I was about to start crying because I felt so crappy about the whole situation. Then I thought, frick this. I hate this job. I hate being talked down to by snooty parents, teachers, and kids alike. And my boss lying about me to appease this entitled mother is the final straw.
Well, are you going to apologize?
No! Find someone else to deal with your obnoxious staff and entitled brats. I laid down all my stuff and walked out, and never went back in. My boss at the cleaning agency refused to send to the school any more cleaners since they had blatantly lied after telling the agency it was fine for autistic staff to wear headphones. They also insisted I got paid for a full day's work, which the school did. It was very satisfying walking out of that job. I wouldn't wish working as any kind of manual labor staff in a private school on anyone. Our next story was posted by user JustMonica_JustDDLC, titled, "Pair of entitled mothers tries to shut down a festival and pepper spray my boyfriend over cultural appropriation." This story starts yesterday afternoon with me and my boyfriend going to a Japanese cultural festival. The festival gets held every year at some kind of large temple/cultural center, but this is my first time going. I've wanted to go for the past few years. But for one reason or another, something else always came up that prevented me from going. So, needless to say, I'm pretty excited to go now that the stars have perfectly aligned for me to go. There's all sorts of events and activities going on both in and outside the buildings when we arrive. Music, food, educational speakers, presentations, etc. And me and my boyfriend spend the day having a great time. Eventually, we both end up at a booth that allows people to pay to take pictures in traditional Japanese attire. We both dress up in a yukata, and at the end, the person running the booth tells us if we would like to purchase our own kimonos, or yukata, that we have a vendor that is selling them. I think it's pretty cool, so we go to check it out, and I end up purchasing one for me and my boyfriend. Both of us putting them on right away. End up heading to go get some food when someone calls out to us with an
"Excuse me?"
Turn around to see two women with a kid. One of them is a white woman, EM1, and the other appears to be Asian, EM2. Both of them have obnoxiously bright coloured hair, and are wearing frick hate shirts.
"Hi there. Can I ask if either of you are of Japanese descent?"
Well, I'm not. I'm not sure about him, I say jokingly. My boyfriend goes, nah, I'm not.
"Well then, why do you feel like you have the right to wear that?"
I don't understand.
"It's cultural appropriation, and it's wrong, so you need to take those off and never wear them again."
Excuse me?
"It's just that, if you aren't Japanese, you shouldn't be wearing those outfits. Japanese culture isn't just your fashion statement."
This keeps going on for about 2 minutes. The two seem to have a routine where Entitled Mum is the aggressor, constantly throwing out accusations and labels, while Entitled 2 is just trying to guilt trip us. Entitled Mother 1 is getting angrier by the second. We try walking away at one point, but Entitled Mother 1 blocks our path. Dun 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 dun.
"Don't walk away from me!"
Kid starts crying, probably because his mum just yanked the hell out of his arm, and he is screaming at strangers on a hot day. Entitled Mum goes,
"Now you're upsetting my son!"
"Please leave us alone. We bought these at a festival and you're just being ridiculous." Staff members comes over since this is starting to cause a scene. Entitled Mother 2 starts speaking to one of them, presumably in Japanese, while the other one is stuck with Entitled Mother 1 berating them, telling them that they should be ashamed of themselves, how they shouldn't allow things like this, etc. Meanwhile, Entitled Mother 2 says she's calling the police to shut down that festival. At this point, we just try to get out of there. Entitled Mother 1 spots us trying to leave and tries to grab my boyfriend, who just knocks her hand away. Entitled Mother 1 suddenly pulls out pepper spray and sprays it at my boyfriend, getting him right in the eyes. Shockingly, they don't stick around for when the police show up. They take our statement of what happened, but unfortunately this place doesn't have security footage and nobody was recording the incident. We made it very clear that when they found that we wanted to press charges, but so far we have not heard anything. After that, we went over to the hospital to make sure that my boyfriend won't have any lasting eye damage. I'll keep you updated if anything changes. Update number 1. No call from the cops, but boyfriend got a call from someone who was apparently part of the people who run the event. He didn't ask how high up the chain they were, but the meat and bones of the conversation was that they were calling to offer an apology that this happened at their event, and to inform him that they would cooperate in whatever way possible with the investigation. They also told him that they would be making some changes regarding security, and he seemed happy enough with the result. We'll keep posted for further developments. And our next story was posted by user Chahalier, titled, "Mum Threatens and Fakes Suicide to Make a 10-year-old Take Her Side in Fights." Trigger warning, suicide. For context, the mum in these stories is unfortunately mine. When I was 7 years old, I went to the bathroom to pee, just to find a bathing mug 20% filled with blood. I ran outside crying in panic to Mum. She said it's her blood she removed with injection because Dad didn't want to take her to an orchestra. Similarly, she would accuse Dad a lot of having an affair. When they would be fighting, she would tell me not to talk to Dad or she will jump off of our house. Young me would be very scared. I didn't want to lose my mum. She would say your dad would marry another woman and that you will have a stepmom. She used to say stepmoms abuse their kids, all the irony. They beat them and deny them food and basic needs. One evening, when I was 10, Mum was on the roof till 11:30. I found her roaming around, not sad or anything. She said she was just bored. We only had one bedroom me and my parents shared. I went to sleep and Dad was already asleep. Mum finally came down at 11:45 p.m. Took out something from the cupboard, ate it, and she came to sleep next to me. She told me she had swallowed 4 Valium pills, high-power sleeping tablets, and said, "Your dad can marry whoever he wants. I'm out." And she casually went to sleep. I was very scared, crying. I didn't know what to do. I hugged her and couldn't stop crying for an hour or so. She finally woke up, went to the bathroom, and I could hear puking sounds for 10 to 15 seconds before she came back to sleep. She didn't say anything. I was still not sure whether I would have a mum after waking up the next day, but she was completely fine and acted like nothing happened last night. I used to have nightmares for months after that, in which either my mum has died or she's left the home forever. When I was in severe depression and had to drop out of school for a year, my mum used to say, "You and I should both drink poison because you were useless anyway." She would make jokes like, "Watch out, I might have mixed something in your food. Why do you keep living? You're not doing anything for the family." Sorry if this is not the right subreddit. I just needed to get this off my chest. Oh my god. That has made me sad reading that. And our last story was posted by a user, downvote if you see name, titled, "Entitled Tramp thinks she can get away with assaulting an employee. Turns out, she is very wrong about that." I'm one of the shift managers at a well-known and well-loved fast food establishment. We are famed for having some of the hardest working and most respectful employees in the industry. As a manager on duty, I make sure my employees know that I have their back. That brings us to today. Our cast is as follows. Me, friggin' hate that guy. NG, new guy, pretty cool dude who occasionally messes up, as we tend to expect from new hires. AE, awesome employee, I usually leave them in charge when we're working together because they know their stuff, and EB, entitled tramp, and also entitled kid, EK. So, today has been rather uneventful. The occasional spill here or there, someone got their wrong thing on their order, etc, etc. Most customers love us and understand when we mess up. We always make sure to make it right, no matter if it costs us a few bucks or 50. Q, entitled brat. Now, I was in the manager's office looking over some catering orders due for that day. For some reason, it seemed the entire city of LA decided today was a fantastic day to order all of the food in the house. No matter, it's good money. I was in the middle of trying to call someone in to give back of house some relief from all of the massive orders they had to make. AE comes in and tells me that someone's at the front counter and wants to talk to me. I hang up the call, the person hadn't answered yet, and head to the front. There I meet the entitled mother and her monster child who won't stop screaming.
Your employees are trying to scam us! I ordered a large ice cream cone and he gave us a small.
NG looks petrified and isn't saying anything. Not wanting this interaction to continue, I say, "I'm sure it was an honest mistake. We'll fix it for you right away." NG immediately nods his head and heads to the ice cream machine. The entitled mother scoffs.
An honest mistake, huh? Your honest mistake made my child cry. I demand you to make that ice cream for free.
"Ma'am, I can either give you a refund or remake the ice cream. Your choice."
What? How dare you? You really expect me to pay for it after your employee made a mistake?
With all due respect, it seems like you already ate the other cone. Besides, at this point, there isn't any proof that a mistake was made in the first place. We'll replace your ice cream or issue the refund. The new guy, NG, is walking back with the cone at this point. The entitled mother's previously enraged demeanor quickly changed to an almost creepy sweetness.
Okay, I'll take the cone. Thank you so much.
I sense something off here, so I linger in the area. My spidey senses were on. NG presented the entitled mother with the cone. As soon as he turned his back, I saw the entitled mother ready to throw the cone right at NG. Luckily, my reflexes were fast enough to slap the cone right out of midair, into one of our soda machines. I internally cringed, knowing we'd have to do an extensive cleaning on that later. Not wasting time, I immediately turned to the entitled mother. Leave this restaurant right now!
But
Now! If you ever come back here, you'll be turned away without question. Entitled mother gathers up her child, who is now screaming even louder.
your food sucks anyway. I hope you go under.
I decided escalating the situation would be pointless, so I just keep an eye on her until I can see her car driving down the street. I capture an image from the security footage to put in our do not serve list. NG was shaken up, but insisted that he was fine working. I gave him a 30-minute paid break so that he could calm his nerves. This occurred all of 2 hours ago at this point, and my blood is still boiling. Edit, as some of you have guessed, the establishment is indeed a Chick-fil-A. Certainly not McDonald's. Our ice cream machine actually works. Thanks for the outpouring of support. I'm actually fairly new to the manager position, so to hear that I handled it well is really encouraging. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, links to my Instagram, Patreon, Discord, and Twitter are in the description below. If there's anything you guys would like to see, be sure to hit me up in the comments below or in any of the social media platforms. And as always, have a great day. Bye.